Atrocity and terror are not political weapons, and to those who would use them, your day is over. We will never negotiate. We will no longer tolerate. We will no longer be afraid. It's your turn to be afraid.
That's right. We watched Air Force One this week on The Movie Gap, the podcast that has you scream.
How have you not seen that? 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 Little darling, how have you not seen this?
Welcome to this week's episode of The Movie Gap. I am your host, Chase Austin. And as always, the Russian terrorist with a real hard-on for old Mother Russia, Bryce Perkins.
Hi. I'm
You
here.
gonna join us?
Yeah, I apologize. It's a new week, but I wore the same thing.
Yeah, so did I.
So did you
Yeah.
fucker.
Hey, I
You're
live here.
gross.
It's a
How do
quarantine,
you live
man.
with yourself?
It's a quarantine, man. I don't do laundry.
This is bullshit.
As long as I stay inside, I don't sweat. So,
This is total horse ass.
yeah, well, what are you going to do? All right.
I'm gonna hijack your plane is what I'm gonna do.
Well, we will get into this movie soon enough. Air Force One, the 1997 classic. Bryce, before we do,
Yeah.
how you been, man?
Woo. I have been, let me tell you,
Mm-hmm.
I have been great.
Oh,
I have been fantastic. Before you ask, he's still asleep,
okay.
but it's okay. It's okay. We got all the blankets on him because he seems really cold. He's a little, we try to
Stiff?
move him, but
A little stiff.
yeah.
I mean, at this point, I feel like he would be kind of falling apart. Wouldn't really be that stiff anymore.
He smells like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he probably shit himself when he died.
What? He
I
no.
think-
What?
Yeah. He's
No,
probably,
don't say that.
I think he's probably dead.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I mean, if he got stiff,
That's
and
alleged.
now he's
That's
not-
alleged.
No, he's not.
That's
even
alleged.
stiff. I mean, this
That's
has been
alleged.
weeks. So,
Well, listen,
he's
I have
probably
a
rotting.
I have people around me now. Okay, I'm untouchable. So if you're thinking about going to the authorities, think again. All right, they got nothing on me. Nothing. All right. So, yeah, I think so. Don't even fucking try it. All right. First of all, second of all, we weren't able to get in contact with Tom Cruise, so that has failed so far. We'll put it on the back burner.
Okay.
He's not joining us
So
as of yet.
what other moves are you doing within the church? Is it a church? Do you call it a church?
No, it's the it's the program.
The program.
It's the program.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Jehovah's Witness Protection Program.
Right. But we do call it a church, so we get the tax breaks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's not. We can't get a hold of him.
Tom Cruise. You can't
Tom
get a hold of
Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Yeah.
He has not responded to. He has not shown any real interest in my intravenous coffee wellness treatment.
Mm-hmm.
As I made a plea for him last week. So we're using different methods. We've been shunned by Hollywood. So now we're going on an attack against Hollywood and their demonic ways. Did you know that 7 out of every 10 Hollywood stars are actually demonically possessed, and that's where they get their acting talents, Chase?
I did not know that.
Well, you're welcome. That's the kind of knowledge I bring
Huh.
to the table.
Wow. Okay.
So we're actually trying to do exorcisms of the stars of Hollywood, and we're opening a clinic, the Jehovah's Witness Protection Program Exorcism Clinic. It's like a rehabilitation clinic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
who are you? Like, have you gotten anybody working on this or
working on it?
Well, obviously,
It's really
you have
just
all
me
your
and my people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you haven't gotten any, like,
Oh, people to like do
Yeah.
it yet?
yeah.
Well, I was gonna start on myself just to kind of show what the program would be like, but then I thought I got the idea already, so I probably have already done it. We went through this, so I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
But it does involve my intravenous coffee wellness treatment. It's one of the steps.
Okay.
It's the first step. So, celebrities, I know you're out there listening. You're probably lost. That's the real you wanting to get out. So if you are feeling like that, please come join the Jehovah's Witness Protection Program. Join our Exorcism Rehabilitation Center. And I promise I will heal you. But it does cost you $5,000 a session, just so you know. Okay?
That's a lot.
Is it really
It
to
feels
save
like
your soul? To save your fucking soul, dude? Is that a lot?
I guess not.
I don't think so. I should be charging more. Really, I should be charging more. Okay.
Well, what would you charge, like, me? I mean, I'm not like a Hollywood actor, so like, do I have demons?
I wouldn't even take you in.
Oh,
You're not.
you're very
It's
selective.
It's an importance scale.
Oh.
If you're not a celebrity, we don't have any use for you.
So you're not really in the evangelical.
No. Fuck you if you're a commoner. Get out of our fucking faces, dude.
Okay.
Celebrities, come in. We will help you. There's a hierarchy of importance, which this movie gets into.
Yeah,
a little bit.
a little bit.
But that's how we operate. Not anyone can be a part of the Jehovah's. I know that I did, but that was because of because God on His Son throne wanted me there
From his power bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
All right. Well, sounds like you had a great week. Let's get into this movie.
Okay.
All right. Air Force One, Bryce.
Yeah,
Bryce, you'd never seen this movie?
that is correct.
All right. Well, what did you know about it going in? And what did you like? Why
Why
why take so long to see it?
Everything looks good. You heard that too?
Yeah, a little pop.
Excuse me. I knew that it was Harrison Ford. I remember seeing the previews for it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I probably have like seen it like be on TNT or something, which is where it belongs in the first place. It's essentially a made-for-TV movie.
I
but
highly
we'll get
disagree.
into that. Everything about it screams made-for-TV
I will say
movie.
that a lot of the effects do not hold up, but it was from 1997. I mean, these were groundbreaking special effects.
The fact that they convinced
this movie looked expensive.
Harrison Ford and Gary Oldman to do this movie is beyond me. And Glenn Close is beyond me. That was Glenn Close, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Why did I never see it? Because when I was a kid, what what are the things I want to see the least? Sand, digging, unpacking and packing.
No, you like unpacking.
Oh yeah,
and
I like
packing.
unpacking and packing. But I most certainly don't want to watch a movie about the president of the United States. I mean, come on. That's like the most boring fucking shit, especially in the 90s before any of this fucking craziness. It was like, okay, Harrison Ford's playing the president. All right, cool. No thanks. I'm 12. You know? I'm watching.
Oh, you were not 12.
I was knee deep in
You were 9.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I wasn't even 10 yet.
No.
I was knee deep in some Captain Planet or some shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't got no time for the president.
All right.
Fuck that. And he's in a plane. Oh, like I don't give a shit. Like, what are they gonna say? They're gonna say things like the protocol. No, you said protocol. I'm 9 years old. I'm out. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I'm 9.
Well, and like you had
thinking
very
about Earth,
little
Fire, Wind, Water, and Heart.
You had very little connection to Harrison Ford because, like, you liked Han Solo. That's it.
Right.
You weren't Indiana Jones.
I mean, I liked Harrison Ford, but this was old man Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
You know, and retrospectively, like now I know that this was him knee deep in his "I no longer give a fuck, just give me my paycheck" phase, and it shows.
I mean, I disagree. I cannot disagree more. I feel like he gives 110% to this character. I feel like he just makes the character Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford always plays reluctant badasses or badasses. He just is always. He was made for this movie, especially at that age. He was. I fucking love this movie.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty terrible, but it's awesome, and it sets out to do what it was supposed to do.
Yeah,
it is a very 90s movie, very 90s action. 100% just like a dad movie.
Yeah,
like just a kind of boring topic set on fire. It's Die Hard if John McClane was president. I mean, that's what this movie is, and it makes no apologies for that.
Yeah,
it is, and it's it's probably one of the last Die Hard on a blank kind of things.
Yeah.
I mean, you had like Speed. I mean, this was
which we need to do.
Yeah, Speed. I mean, there's what Titanic. That was like Die Hard on a boat.
Yeah, right.
Titanic, Die Hard on a boat.
Die Hard on a boat. Oh, I didn't even catch what you did there. That's pretty good. That was not Cameron Crowe. That was James Cameron.
James Cameron.
Okay.
This was Wolfgang Peterson.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So, but well, I just want to. I see that you actually have some pretty detailed, almost beat for beat notes. Yeah. So why don't we just go get into it, and I'll jump in there where I can. I feel like I will be playing the apologist, as I often do.
All right, so let me explain. I just kind of wasn't in a good mood. I didn't want to do this movie at all, but you kept suggesting it.
I don't know why
you that you loved it because it still is nothing that interests me. You know what I mean? At all. I don't know why.
Well, you don't just like.
I like The West Wing.
But
that
you don't
is
like.
interesting.
Yeah,
but
you
that's
don't
good
like
writing.
You don't like movies. I mean, this was a movie. Yeah, this is a blockbuster action. Nothing serious.
I can get into like Die Hard. What I loved.
Yeah,
because I don't know. It was just a good action.
Die Hard
movie.
is a perfect action movie. This has a lot of holes.
It just has a lot of just shortcomings. I don't know, but I'll get into that. So I already wasn't in a good mood. I was ready to attack, and then it gave me plenty of reasons to, and I just kind of felt like I just felt like letting it out. I did a lot of times when we're watching something and I don't think I'm going to like it, I'll be forgiving. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt before I start judging it. I usually won't allow myself to start judging something until about halfway through and it still hasn't done anything to please me.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I did not do that. And
very clear.
Actually, this one was the exact opposite. I was like, make me like you. And all it did.
That's a great way to go.
All it did was make me hate it more. Or hate the experience of watching it more.
Okay.
Which is not to say, like, I totally get why you loved it. You love these big bombastics. You love the big actions. I get that.
Now this one held up. This one held up against, Con Air or Face Off. Fuck this movie. But it's such a simple idea, and I feel like when this movie was written or whatever, it was we're gonna have Die Hard on a plane. But the plane is Air Force One, and John McClane is the president. And what? What happened?
The computer is frozen.
Oh no!
But we are still picking up. So let's. Oh wait! Oh, my mouse died.
Oh,
sorry.
All right. Well, never mind.
Oh wait, it's off for some reason.
Oh, maybe it just turned off.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, we good?
Yeah, we're still good.
Okay.
Oops, false alarm.
Well, there you go. The
Okay.
magic of podcasting.
BTS.
Yeah. So, the movie was written with, there's going to be terrorists, Air Force One, get off my plane, credits. Like,
Yeah. Right.
You knew what was going on when you bought your ticket, and it delivers 100%.
Yeah.
If you're not into that, don't waste your time. There is no love story.
Yeah.
There's no character development.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a whole. We'll get into things.
Yeah, you can get into that stuff
as we do as we get into your thing. So let's start it off.
But I just want to say also that like the reason why we even have this podcast, the reason why I didn't spend my time watching movies all the time and I haven't seen all these classic movies
is
because of movies like this where I don't want to waste 2 hours of my life watching this terrible version of grown-up make-believe, which is what movies is or what movies are.
And that's what Harrison Ford does, is grown-up make-believe.
Right. But it's just like it wasn't not worth my time. But yeah, we'll get into it. Okay. So my first note is, ooh, look at me. I'm Harrison Ford playing the president. That's how I felt watching this movie because I don't even like that casting.
Oh, see, I disagree. I see him. He walks on. He gives that speech with his like grumble and
that you can't even hear. What the fuck, dude?
I was hanging on his every word.
I wasn't because I couldn't hear anything he was saying.
He is the president I want.
Yeah. He goes up there and he's like, I can't even be bothered to be up here.
No, he's so angry, and you could feel it. He's impassioned. You could see it in his eyes. I gotta disagree with you there.
I saw none of that. I saw this man being like, let me just say this shit. I'm not doing any other takes. Give me my money. I want to fly my planes.
I feel like he sat in his trailer and practiced that. I felt the pathos of it.
For his sake.
I felt every second.
Well, here's the biggest problem. I couldn't hear the motherfucker. I couldn't hear him, so I couldn't even get into it. And whoever mixed the sound, fuck you, fuck that guy. I feel like Wolfgang Peterson, his main direction was, whoa. Everyone is projecting way too much. There needs to be way more whispering going on, even if it's an intense moment.
Did you watch this on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah, the sound mix was fine for me.
No.
The only thing that
I
at
couldn't
one
hear
point
shit anyone was saying because
at one
they were all
point
saying
the
like
sound
this.
gave out altogether, and I don't know why.
You will free my country. You will free my country. That was every fucking line. Was that that level of projection?
It is one of those movies that's annoying with like how quiet people are and then how loud it is. So you turn it up and then you're like, God damn it.
Yes, dude.
But
that's whatever. But anyway, my second note was Gary Oldman. Oh, nice. He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Which I liked. Okay. And I will say, Gary Oldman crushes it as always.
Oh, yeah.
It says a lot. Well, that's a later note. But Gary Oldman, we love Gary Oldman. We love Harrison Ford too.
And Harrison Ford loved Gary Oldman. In fact,
he should have, because he saved the movie.
Yeah, Wolfgang Peterson said that when he was shooting it, he called it Air Force Fun, because he had such a good time.
I thought about doing that pun.
Yeah, he had a great time doing it, and Harrison Ford and Gary Oldman.
Instead, I went with Air Force Nuns.
Yeah. Oh well,
that's what I'd call it.
That's a sequel idea.
It makes no sense.
But it could.
It could. Air Force Nuns. Yeah, bringing the nuns on the Air Force.
Yeah.
Same old plane, different. President.
Yeah, probably.
Or what?
We'll workshop it.
Figure the tagline out later.
But you could go Air Force 1, 2, Back in the Habit.
There we go.
Yeah. Air Force None, Back in the Habit.
There we go. Air Force None. There is no more Air Force One. It's about the
nuns
flying without a plane.
The Flying Nun. It's Flying Nun 2, Air Force None, Back in the Habit.
Oh, nice. I don't even know is Flying Nun a reference to something?
Yeah, it was an old sitcom with Sally Field, I want to say. No, maybe Mary. It was I can't remember. Anyway, it was way before our time.
Okay.
But she was a nun who had a giant habit, and she was really small, and she would fly and like help people.
Had a giant habit?
The habit, yeah, that's the nun hat.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she had a giant
wings.
cocaine habit. That's why she was flying.
No, like, so her habit came out like wings, and she was little, and she would catch the air and fly. She was the Flying Nun.
Well, you know what they say
This is
old
TV.
habits.
They die hard.
That's right.
On a plane with the president.
More like flying one Air Force nuns.
Yeah. But yeah, Gary Oldman, they called him Scary Gary when he was in character because he's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
But something that Harrison Ford loved, because Harrison Ford is a huge proponent of like, just act and then be done. Like,
Right.
You don't have to be in character all the time. You're just fucking playing pretend.
Right.
And so Gary Oldman could like bring that intensity. Harrison Ford could bring that intensity.
Yeah.
And then when the camera's off, they're just like congenial and talking to each other, and making jokes.
Yeah.
And then they action and they're back in it.
Right.
You know, they hate each other. Their fights, they were really hitting each other.
No.
Yeah. They were like, fuck it. We were throwing real punches.
No.
Yeah. With each other, not like with everybody, but yeah.
Really?
And Harrison Ford has said that.
Well, I've changed my mind. I love this movie.
Harrison Ford said that Gary Oldman is his favorite on-screen nemesis that he's had, and he's had a lot.
Wow.
So
yeah, more so than fucking I almost said Chewbacca. More so than Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, more so than Jabba the Hutt.
That's crazy. I can't believe that.
So anyway, so yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah. And then I said, this is such a 90s action movie.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, you can tell.
So it starts with that.
Starts with the whole fucking like Black Ops, like we're gonna go capture this guy. Like, come on.
I noticed
don't
one
give
part
a shit about any of that stuff
because I had it turned up so loud. I didn't notice one part when they blow up the building, the top of the building. There's one sound like of the guy, because like they blow it up and those guys fall off. And like some of them, like they scream like
Yeah.
But there's one guy who goes, hee!
Really?
Yeah, I heard it just
that's
go
funny.
it was the funniest like like it was like that.
Funny.
I think it was like which is always
Gary Oldman does that later, where he acts scared when the jet fuel thing comes up, and I thought that was a weird choice because like I thought that was a weird choice. He still saved this movie from being a total piece of shit though. And then my next note was, oh, here's an idea. How about we give the guy who's obviously the fucking hijacker of the plane a fucking tour of the plane before we take off? Real nice. You know, like it was shit like that where it's like the writing was just kind of lazy like that.
This is pre 9/11. This is pre 9/11.
No, I'm not even talking about any of that. I'm just saying the writing was so see-through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just
they have the one Secret Service, like the head of his Secret Service is in on it.
Right,
and like nobody else knows. We never find out
why.
They
never say why. Yeah.
Like there's this whole backstory of like his character that was in there, and then they cut it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
well,
in the original script, I have it here. It says that Secret Service agent Gibbs had been a CIA spook and had lost a lot during the ending of the Cold War. He was angry at the U.S. government and knew the terrorist from his CIA days. So in the novel, apparently there was a novel, it's explained that Gibbs was a former USSR sleeper agent, and all of these things just took too long to develop in the script, like very important things. Just took too long in the script,
right? And
they said, fuck it, it's all cut. He's just a bad guy. Right.
Well, good, for the better. Because I didn't want any more minutes of having to watch this. Okay, another thing, my next note was the fucking score, dude. This presidential music fucking pastiche that was like so prevalent in the 90s, and it's like it was just such like obvious bullshit where anytime the president comes on the screen you hear dun, 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 dun,
Jerry Goldsmith did the score for this. He had 12 days to do the score because the original score for this movie was done, and Wolfgang Peterson said, this cannot happen. This does not work.
Really?
And called Goldsmith. It was like, you got to save me. And
oh my gosh.
Goldsmith is still like, he's like, I don't have time, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
So he worked on it, and he like had another person help him out, and like they got it done, and it was whatever. But the original the original score for this movie was done by, I mean, do you want to take a guess? It was in a million years. This person does scores, but they're probably more well known for like writing music
shit.
or whatever. But like they are a musician.
Wait,
but
was
just
it
in
Danny
a million
Elfman?
years? No,
Okay.
close.
Close to that?
It's closer to Danny Elfman than like who you would think it was for this
Is
movie.
it someone that anyone would know who it is?
Oh yeah, everybody knows this person.
Closer to Danny, but not necessarily close to Danny Elfman in a
No, not in a music style.
Okay.
This person is very, like they're their own person. Like that they don't. There's nobody else that does this music style.
But they're a well-known person.
Oscar
Male
winner.
or female?
Oscar winner, male.
Oscar winner.
I'm pretty sure Oscar for best song. I don't know if it was for the score,
Okay.
but I know he's won best song.
Garth Brooks?
Nope.
I'm
I'm just gonna go.
gonna get one more. Give me one more. Give me one more stab. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. Using my powers of Jehovah. It's coming to me. Ozzy Osbourne.
No, I
Oh.
don't think he's won an Oscar.
No.
Randy Newman.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's real weird.
Huh.
Apparently, it was Wolfgang Peterson said that the score was too, like it was so serious and like he tried
Was he
so
singing
hard.
over it?
No, but
Okay.
in my head he was.
Yeah.
And I want to try and give a little piece of that for us, but
Yeah.
but like he said, it was so serious and so dramatic that it came off comedic.
Really?
Yeah, but it's just I looked it up.
Wasn't
You could find
background
it.
music enough,
Yeah, it was.
which is what they
Oh,
got, and it's just so
I watched.
annoying.
So I googled it. Like it's on YouTube. You can hear some of the scenes with Randy Newman's original score,
Really?
and like watching it, it
Play some of
doesn't.
that.
It doesn't feel. I don't think we can with YouTube and everything.
Mm.
But
Mm.
yeah. So, but the score, and it won't sound that bad if you're not watching the film with it, but it's almost like he's scoring a Charlie Chaplin. Like this is a silent comedy, Charlie Chaplin style. Like he's like shooting up, and there's like the big building sounds, and then the president walks down the stairs and turns and sees the dead bodies, and there's violins of sadness.
Yeah.
It's that crazy.
Man, it sounds like it would have made a better movie.
But I just imagined it like being Randy Newman singing.
Yeah.
Like, the way he just kind of like narrates it.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Indiana Jones is the president.
Yeah.
Ba-da-bum. Oh no, a terrorist.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of stuff. You got some more of that for us? Here, do it over a beat.
Nope.
Over a Randy Newman beat there. I placed that slow fade on this one of the
I
things.
like it.
You like
I like that.
I just don't. Yeah, that kind of fucking score is just so. All right.
It's in your
speaks
face action.
No,
Like,
but the movie score, it's just so fucking just overdone and so completely inconsequential.
Yeah, it's a little
Moves you
heavy
in no way
heavy-handed, I
whatsoever.
guess. And I know
It's
you
just
hate the
such,
heavy-handedness
like,
of it.
It's just such made for TV background music, dude. It's just what it makes me think of. I just hate that shit. I don't know. I don't like that fucking. I don't know. It's so to the point to where it annoys me. But anyway, I just had to say something about it. And then we got William H. Macy. Oh wait.
Yeah.
My next note was. I'm sorry. Is this movie trying to set the record for quietest dialogue in the history of film? So something I was very annoyed with.
That is a Harrison Ford like classic thing. Like he's very quiet.
But like
It's because he's pensive.
project, or something. But anyway, I know you don't have to. That's actually the fucking whoever edited the sound. That's their fucking fault.
Yeah.
William H. Macy, Glenn Close. Glenn Close, this is her first appearance in the Movie Gap, so
Yeah, it is.
she's now famous.
now famous.
She's now Movie Gap canon. William H. Macy, a favorite.
a favorite.
Very inconsequential. Everything about,
But he's so good. You love him. And you're just the whole movie you're sitting there thinking, wow, this is like the first William H. Macy role that I've seen where it's not just a sad sack.
Yeah.
And then he dies.
Right.
At the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saving the president, who, by the way, has already been saved by a bullet. Somebody taking a bullet.
But he was such like a nice guy for playing like a general.
Yeah. He was a very sweet little general.
Very weird. But again, his character was completely inconsequential. And you're going to hear this word over and over again in my notes. Inconsequential. In short, this movie doesn't do anything good for me. Doesn't do anything bad for me. All it does is
this movie was
2 hours of my life that I cannot get back.
This movie was written. It's the cookie cutter style of action flick, where it's written for these tentpole moments,
right,
and like the script is very second.
Oh my god! And we're gonna get more into that. And then, oh man, I wish I wrote down what moment this was, but something happened. Oh. The fucking landing and retaking off of the fucking
That's pretty
plane,
intense,
dude. No, it was opposite of intense. It was so ridiculous that I was not tense at all. I was moved to the point of laughter, and it was horrible, dude. That it defied everything about it. Defied physics.
Well,
why do that?
This is
why
one of those
have
things,
it in there?
This is one of those things
you can save so much budget money on.
This is one of those things that I always talk about, and I agree with you. This did not do it. There's a suspension of disbelief, and we just did Jaws. And Spielberg has it right.
Right.
You have to earn that.
Right.
Okay,
right.
Like in Jaws, when he blew up the shark at the end, you believe it.
Right.
It's way out over the top.
To the point.
It's obnoxious, but at this point, you believe it.
And that's what you want.
Con Air. Full of that
shit. Yes.
But you believe it. It escalates, it builds, it puts it in there where you are in that world.
Right.
This was just, we have to almost crash and then come up.
It was goofy. It was a moment that borderlined a goofy sensibility for the sake of creating a dramatic moment that it didn't
need to be there. It didn't need to be there. They could have shot the guys in the cockpit.
Yeah.
They would have lost the army.
Right.
I don't know how they would have done. They could have done anything else. They could have
them not land the fucking plane.
Yeah, they had those planes that were taking them down. I don't know. They could have figured something. Maybe not have those planes. I don't know.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. Yeah. Also, but we've already skipped past one big part. There's an escape shuttle on the Air Force One.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
That stuff.
And it was a fucking space capsule.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Which that stuff, and then later on when you see the diversion, what do you call them?
The flares or whatever that.
That it able to shoot out. I mean, that kind of shit.
I
could see it.
Also,
happening, so I buy it. It's
you know what? Air Force One doesn't have either. Like the opening back, so you could just jump. It's not a cargo plane,
right?
Yeah, there's not a cargo plane. They're not having. They're not doing parachuting.
Also having that though, just in case it goes down or something malfunctions.
It does not.
I could see it happening. That stuff didn't bother me so much, but yeah, ridiculous though.
But that. Like, I know for a fact that Donald Trump loves this movie and has commented on it before to the point where Harrison Ford was in an interview and he looked at it and he goes, "It's just a movie. It's not real."
Right.
But I bet the first time Donald Trump got on the airplane, he goes, "Where's the escape hatch?"
This is great. I got one question.
I need the escape hatch.
Where's my escape hatch?
I don't know what it is.
Pod. Can't have any Russian terrorists. Although I'm best friends with Putin, so he would never do that to me. Okay, he got me in this position, so he would never do that. But it'd be nice to have one in case any of those evil libs try to come and take the plane. Okay, I need anyway.
Yeah, but
let's talk more politics.
Nope.
Politics. Yeah, we talking politics. Politics. Yeah, we talking pool. So my next note. Okay, then I start getting into the. It does the thing that I hate so much. It became more clear to me that it's just not even well written as a script with dialogue. That the dialogue's not well written. You have this fucking line when he's on the plane. It's been hijacked. They're still in the air. They can't find the president. And then the guy comes in and goes, "Let's not forget the president has won 47 gold gloves or 48 medals of honor with my troop and flown more missions than anyone I've ever known. If any president can do this, this president can. Okay. Come on.
Now I don't know what you want. Now I don't know what you want.
What do you
mean? Would you rather them not say that?
Yes.
But when
just have a normal person
when you were talking about
exceed expectations
but when you were talking about
because that's completely conceivable that a person can just exceed expectations
not the way he did.
And do it on his. I will say this: I would much rather have it be that and force me to suspend my disbelief than for them to ham fist the line.
But you specifically said during Waterworld that you needed them to ham fist
that tries to justify.
You needed them.
No.
You said all they needed was just a line. Well, we've converted it to do this.
One line, but that's for explaining like. What was that about?
It's the same thing.
A technology. No, it's not the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's a.
There's just no pleasing you, Bryce.
It's a retcon.
It's not a retcon. A retcon it would have to be in the sequel. They go back.
No, it's a retcon because they didn't. Listen. All he needed to do. It was already set up. The moon was already set up that the president was going to have to be the guy, be the hero. The movie is already set up, and it is already implied that the president is going to be the hero of the film, right? So you don't need a line like that. You don't need it because it's already assumed. Now, if you want to say that we have a working oil tanker in the future after everything's been flooded and we figured out how to refine oil into fuel and not explain that, then fuck you. I mean, I don't need a line, but all it takes is, yeah, we figured it out. That's it. Which is
I feel like
that's not exposition. You could just be like, yeah, we figured it out.
I feel like that is understood. I feel like that's the same thing here. It was understood. You didn't.
That's fine. That's fine. But this was an egregious exposition, and then you see more and more of it as the movie goes. And I just have notes on it. That's all.
Don't tell
I'm just saying it's a long story short.
What was he says? You don't tell him when you only have one shot or something.
What was that from?
In this movie, when you only have one bullet left or whatever, you're not going to announce.
Oh,
there's a lot of the people in the war room trying to figure it out. There's a lot of them explaining what he's doing up there.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Which is, I'm just saying, it's just.
I mean, we really didn't need to.
It's a long story short. It's not a well written movie.
No, it is not.
So that is just a long story short. That's just one little nitpick. It's one little. Yeah. I get it. You think that there's inconsistencies with what I want. Fine, that's fair. It works for me. It's whatever. Hey, we'll agree to disagree.
As long as you can admit it, and that's all that matters. You don't necessarily know what you want. You just know what you want when you want it.
I don't.
You know what you don't like.
I don't think that there's necessarily an inconsistency, but I think that it goes into subtleties that probably would take too long to get into right now. And we can debate it all we want.
All right.
And I probably don't even want to, but I understand if you have your questions. I've done my best to explain it, but it's whatever. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? My next note was shortly after that, there was Oldman giving a good scene or giving a good performance of a poorly written. Oh, that whole like.
Oh, everything that Oldman does is so good.
So
go ahead.
The note was it says a lot about Oldman that he can make such a shit script at least seem compelling.
Yeah.
The whole like I will turn my back on God for Mother Russia. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, okay, dude.
That is a sign. That is a sign of a great actor when you can take total trash, and make it something.
Exactly,
give
it's like
it something
the cheesiest, most over the top thing. But his delivery and his intensity,
and you buy it, like you buy his commitment to the everything.
Yeah, exactly. And he makes that character. He has. I mean, he's just so good. He's so fucking good.
I mean, everything about his character is overwritten, or in some ways underwritten, like just very
explained. Like where's the real one-dimensional?
Yeah,
exactly.
But
totally
when he plays it, you get it.
Exactly,
you get it.
Yep. He shows the motivation in his face in the way that he says this.
So does Harrison Ford.
I don't know. Not so much in this movie. I don't know. I don't really agree with that, but it's fine.
He wants his wife and kids.
And then we have the whole phone call thing was just where he calls him on the phone, and then he is being walked away, and he's like giving them the the direction.
Him, oh, so badass.
I don't know.
I love
didn't
it.
like it. It was.
Tell them how
I
to
wasn't
do
in the
it.
mood.
And then they go,
I wasn't in the mood for
president
it.
just gave you a direct order. I
Right,
love it.
right.
It's so dumb, but works.
I mean,
Although, suspension of disbelief that
probably-
you didn't even have a problem with, you believed that they could hear Harrison Ford on that
through
phone.
the plug. Yeah.
You know why? Because Harrison Ford's that good.
I had so many. Okay, yeah. I had so many problems with it already that I wasn't even bothering with the ridiculous shit, or the specifics of it at this point. But it was just one of those cheese. I guess I just wasn't in the mood for it. If I wasn't already annoyed by it, then it wouldn't have been a problem.
Oh yeah,
But
you have to be on board. You have to be on board.
You have to be on board the plane
Yeah.
and get hijacked with it. All right, and then this is my biggest problem with the movie, I think, as a whole.
Okay.
And it's the premise of the movie. The fact that the president is the action hero. The president of the United States is the badass action hero.
And see, here's where the
Nope.
the problem with it, you can't really make this now because everything is
You couldn't
different.
really make it then.
I mean, you could.
I mean,
Kind of,
Bill
but-
Clinton was the president at the time. I mean,
but
what?
it's kind of more clear
This
that
notion the
this
president
was definitely
it just
more
feels
of a-
like propaganda.
It was
the
very
president is a
patriotic.
badass.
Yeah, it was very
Come on.
patriotic, and that's not and it was very world police, which is not as popular. I mean, this was a very Reagan era president.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I'm willing to believe it was probably a Republican president. The way that he was talking and everything, and it's just very much, he played it the way that Reagan, was
Right.
very proud, very patriotism,
Right,
and
right.
we can't allow,
Yeah, and they
anybody
that
to do,
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also we haven't had that kind of president since Reagan, that the times have changed in that way.
Right.
Donald Trump is definitely not this guy.
Nope. And
Barack Obama wasn't this guy.
Bush was too much of a dope, or people thought of him as a
I
dope.
feel like Bush could
Right.
have done it. Take my president. Where's my daughters?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Where's my daughters?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my daughters. I'll take it down.
Right. But
let's
that's
go.
the whole thing about the notion.
It's a cowboy president.
I can just
of
see
what-
the pitch in the meeting and being like, it's like, well, you were saying
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard, but the hero is the president. Like, come on.
And they wrote.
and then it gets
they
on
wrote
propaganda
one line. They wrote
levels.
one line. They go, all we have written right now is.
Get off my plane.
Yeah. There you go.
At that moment, I get goosebumps every time.
What?
He gets him, and he's like,
Goosebumps.
"Get off my plane!" Fucking lets his little thing go. He breaks his neck, and then he floats on down.
Yeah.
And then we still have 30 minutes left of the movie.
Yeah,
So
I
I
know.
was
Which
like-
that was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, you're
Although,
resolving all this?
another
really?
real 90s thing is they fucking get the president, and it's over. It's
Right.
Nothing. They killed that
and that-
guy. They
that
killed
was-
the Russian
That was
guy.
my favorite moment. Was the last shot where it shows the plane and then the fucking jets come up and it's supposed to be like this epic and I'm just like, oh, the cool jets. Oh man, look at the cool jets, mom. Well, yeah, cool. It just was like, oh. But anyway, where was I at? All right. And then I already said that note. I just felt like Ford was phoning it in, but whatever. He probably wasn't. Who am I to judge? We love you, Harry. I'm sure he loves us.
I love Harrison Ford.
I love Harrison Ford, but I just we all know that he got to a point where he was like, I'm just going to do this for the money now so I can continue living my life.
And there's a lot of that in all of his performances, and it's just like nobody else can do it,
and get away with it.
and because he's so good at it, there's
Right.
an intensity to him that allows it to
Well,
play.
he's got a like you said, cowboy. He's got a cowboyness to him where
Yeah.
there's this laissez-faire. I don't know if that's even the right term, but there's like this nothing will phase me, and I'm not going to get too
I mean, it's
caught up in
it's
this.
the Indiana
and I'm
Jones character.
Yeah.
It's the Han Solo character,
Right, right.
the just oh, this is neat. I got it.
But it also makes it very easy to phone it in and collect your paycheck when that's what the people hiring you are expecting.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
I guess
and it's your natural thing
I just
to do.
don't see it. I don't see this as phoning it in as much as some of his more recent performances.
I mean, he did get in fights and all that shit. That's not phoning it in. I guess he got punched in the face by Gary Oldman a bunch.
Yeah, they punched each other.
So whatever. I mean, that he took one for the team for that. And then like, no, we can skip that note. Oh, I did have a note. When he releases he crosses the wires, which of course they had to have one of those moments. And it had every fucking
signal,
pastiche or whatever, or not pastiche isn't the right word. What's the word?
Trope.
Or, every single trope that you could conceive of was in this movie.
These were tropes because nothing was invented on this movie.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But when he got the jet fuel released, I couldn't help but think of like how much it would suck to be if they were over a residential area and how much it would suck to live under that.
Yeah. Well,
and then the children think it's raining. Yeah, so they run outside real quick to play in the rain.
Here's the funny part about it. We gotta, arrest this military guy that's like fucking up Russian shit and all that kind of stuff and take care of all this stuff. They're not flying over America. Dump the fuel. Fuck it.
Oh yeah.
Just like.
But the children go out there. They want to play in the rain, like a child does. Yeah. The mom goes out to.
It's over like Western Europe.
Yeah.
So all those kids smoke.
I was just gonna say, the mom goes out there to watch them while she's out there. I'll have a cig. Why not? And then poof, an entire family of children burnt to a crisp thanks to the president of the United fucking States.
Technically.
Okay.
Thanks to the Russian terrorists.
Okay, so we're going doing chain of blame.
He would not
chain of blame.
have done that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Chain of blame?
Yeah.
But he did do it though.
Drastic times.
All right. Chain of blame?
Yeah.
Okay. I can accept that.
I mean, is it the president's fault that refueling plane got blown up? No. That was the fact that the Russians were doing it. If the Russians had never tried to hijack
they wouldn't have needed to put the fuel in there if he didn't dump the fuel. Well, they were. And then also, what did the Gary Oldman do? Easy fix. Hey, I'm gonna start killing everyone every minute now unless you give me some fuel. Boom.
Yeah. Well,
you're gonna say no to that? Come on. And then I came to a realization after so much of the writing and shit. This movie is Aaron Sorkin on opiates, is what it feels like to me. It's like if Aaron Sorkin got loaded one night and was like, I'm going to write an action movie and I'm going to make it about the president because that's what I write about. And yeah, man.
I don't feel like there's any fast talking,
this. And then, well, that's the thing. There's less talking, and then it's like sloppy. The dialogue is because he's loaded.
Oh,
and then the next day he reads it and he's like, "Oh man, never write when I'm fucked up again."
But that's what
this fucking movie is. Yeah, that's what I feel like this fucking movie is. But anyway, I just thought I would share that critique. And then the fucking librarian from Seinfeld pops up in it randomly.
Philip Baker Hall.
And he's been showing up in a lot of fucking movies we've been doing recently.
Or did, yeah.
But it's weird. He's been in a lot of movies we've done recently.
Yeah. And William H. Macy.
And William H. Macy, yeah. Well, two people that I guess...
we're in the same movie, yeah.
That fucking, what's his name loves? PTA, yeah. Then it was the director be like, you guys are projecting way too much. I did that. And then for the get off my plane, I just wrote, oh boy.
That's a great line.
Oh boy.
That is
they had to
one
have
of my
one.
favorites.
They had to have one.
They did so.
That was one thing, but that was one thing.
That's what makes the movie.
They did so good. That was one thing they did good about throughout the entire movie was no cheesy dialogue while fighting, and then that.
Yeah, that's what you go to one of these movies for. You go to hear Harrison Ford make that line. Ugh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't care. I love it.
He should have said, "Can you fly, Mother Humper?" Is what he should have said.
Yeah,
and that's a callback.
There you go.
Go listen to the first episode, you bitches. Second episode, you bitches. Let's see. Oh, and then after he kills a bad guy, then they go into this whole everything after that was completely completely unnecessary.
Well, they had to get them off. They couldn't land.
The fighter jets coming to shoot the plane down and kill the president.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
No fucking way. No fucking way would that ever fucking happen. I don't care what the president did. No way a foreign country is going to.
No one thought they could hijack planes and slam them into buildings, but it happened. It happens when it happens.
Okay, well, but that wasn't a movie.
No, that was real life. And
I'm just saying
happen.
it was a reach. It was a reach that added 30 minutes onto the movie, and then
they also had to get to a point where they had to kill the bad secret agent or the bad Secret Service guy.
Right. And that was another thing that, oh man, I was just so mad that there were so many ends that weren't tied up that once I saw the plane that they were like still going and a fade out wasn't about to happen, I was like, oh my God, they're going to, so they're going to tie up everything. Great. But anyway, it was fine. So I wrote this long, let's see, we're all out of options. Oh yeah. So how do you land the plane?
Yeah.
They paint themselves into a corner by creating a we're all out of options scenario, which is supposed to then create a super dramatic moment and end on a big bang or whatever, if you will. Right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, all you've actually done is paint yourself into a corner and then come up with something totally ridiculous that doesn't create drama because everyone's going to be safe.
William H. Macy died.
Yeah, but the president is going to be, the main character is going to be safe. And so it's just like, don't do it.
Well, I mean, the president's going to be safe. Why go? You could say the same thing. Like, well, then why go see the movie?
You want my proposal on what they should have done?
You want him to kill the president?
No. Well, that would have been a better fucking movie. It would at least had some consequence.
Well, no, the consequence is the bad guy's actions.
My life.
Oh.
Like, it would have, made an impact on me. I would have been like, whoa, I can't believe I saw that shit. But instead, I was like, oh, I just watched another movie that's been made 2,000 times. You know what I mean?
But you've never seen any of the other ones.
Right. Thanks to this movie, I don't have to. You are right. But how I would have done it is, Gary Oldman flies like, get off my plane. Fine, keep that.
Yeah.
He's out of there. Harrison Ford stands up, looks out, breathing, surveying everything he's done. Fade to black while he's surveying.
But they didn't even...
Hold on. And then fade in, White House, morning, dawn. The kids are up. The president is in his presidential kitchen. The wife brings over a cup of coffee. And they're reminiscing. He still has cuts on his face. And then one of them says, wow, thank God that's over. The end. That's how I would have fucking ended it, dude.
But what about the Secret Service agent?
They didn't even tie that up anyway.
Yeah, they killed him.
But we didn't even figure out why he did it.
He figured out he was a bad guy.
And then that shot of the plane crashing was so bad, dude. It was so bad.
That looked
and he's in the
terrible.
door like, oh, that's so dumb, dude.
Yeah.
But anyway, then that's what it is. That's what it is.
He busts in.
He busts in with the gun, shoots the mom and the daughter, holds the gun up to the Harrison Ford's head, and then something from there. And then you could do a whole new action movie based off of that. I'd watch that shit. That's what they should have done.
Wow, that's dark.
Yeah, well, at least it's interesting.
I mean, I felt like this was really interesting.
Well, you love these movies, and that's fine.
Movie.
That's fine. I like a lot of these movies too. This one just didn't have enough interesting one way or another. It didn't have nothing.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This entire movie falls on Gary Oldman and Get Off My Plane. I mean, that's everything.
Yeah.
If you don't like the Get Off My Plane, if you don't like the Harrison Ford, that's all he needs to say. He could have no other lines in this movie, and that's all you need.
But you didn't like my alternative?
Yeah, I mean,
come on, Chaz.
I don't. I still like this.
Come on, Chaz. You know you're feeling this shit, dude.
Come on, man.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So,
wait. Oh yeah, the cool jets. Well, look at the cool jets. That was it.
You don't like those jets.
Man, jets, man. Wow.
So, okay, so here's the thing.
I don't know. It's fine.
When
it's all
this
fine.
was written,
There's a lot of people that fucking love that shit. And that's fucking totally cool.
Yeah, when
It's
Peterson
totally
was
fucking
originally
cool.
writing this, who do you think it was originally, the role was originally written for? They couldn't do it because they were busy doing
I already
a different movie.
guessed.
You already said Arnold.
Arnold, which this would have been a way better fucking movie with Arnold.
How? I mean, it would have made... No.
God, I would have
He's
loved
too
it.
silly.
I would have loved it.
That would have been too silly.
But that's what I need.
I do like
if
the
it's
idea.
gonna be
I do like
ridiculous
the-
action. It needs to have another layer of
I
ridiculousness.
do like the idea of them like constantly reiterating that he's from like Iowa. You know, just like-
Right. What do you mean?
He went all state with
yeah.
in football and wrestling.
Yeah. Exactly. He's a son of Austrian immigrants. Okay.
Or not even.
Yeah.
Just like not even bring that up.
Right.
But like just like the whole idea of like he has an American accent. Like the whole movie.
Oh,
people
yeah,
are just
yeah.
like, God, he's such an American. Like,
Yeah,
just like
yeah, yeah.
ignoring like in every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie,
Yeah.
just about they just
I mean, it's
pretend he doesn't have an accent. True Lies.
yeah.
Like
right.
he's supposed to be just an insurance salesman or
right.
whatever. and,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah. Exactly.
Why does he have that accent?
Oh, that was so great. It's not too far off base though. He became the fucking governor of California.
Yeah, but
So-
you can't be president
I know
if you
you
weren't
can't
born
be president
here,
unless
so.
you were born in the US.
But so here, I'll just give you a list of the people who were going. They were thinking about if Harrison Ford couldn't do it.
Okay.
Okay, so when this first guy, Harrison Ford, if he was going to end up passing, like while he was, in negotiations, they were looking at Arnold Schwarzenegger, Keanu Reeves, Dennis Quaid, Tom Hanks, John
Dennis
Malcolm.
Quaid, I could see.
Yeah, I could
this
see
is
Dennis
totally
Quaid.
a Dennis Quaid role.
Tom Hanks, no, I don't see that.
No.
I don't really see Tom Hanks with a gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
John Malkovich and Tommy Lee Jones.
God, I
I can
would've
see
loved
Tommy
it.
Lee Jones.
Totally see Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Would have loved to see John Malkovich's take on it. John
Man, that would've
Malkovich
been
and
weird
Gary
to see,
Oldman
and it would
together.
have been weird to see him as the hero.
Right. I'm really interested in that. So who was the guy though?
We have talked about him in depth on this podcast. It would, in my opinion, for certain, not made a better movie.
Mm,
And you want to talk about phoning it in? It's this guy,
Stallone?
Kevin Costner.
Oh, yeah, he has that face
The
too.
only person who probably talks quieter.
Yeah, you would have hated that.
That is a phone it in.
You would have totally hated that.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is a Costner movie.
I don't see
This
it.
is a total Costner type movie, man.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, he
I
was
just
too
feel
busy
like
doing
he's too
Tin.
slow
He
too.
was too busy doing Tin Cup.
No, he was doing The Postman.
Oh,
At the time.
forgot about that one.
Yeah. So that is about all I have here to talk about. So let's get right into the box office numbers.
Okay.
Oh, I did have this epiphany.
Okay.
While I was watching it, I was like, "Holy shit! I recognize that henchman. It's one of the first henchmen in the movie."
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah, I
was
think I
like,
know who you're talking about.
so I was like, "There's no way," because there is an episode of Friends.
Uh-huh.
It's actually one with Bruce Willis in it. It's,
Yeah.
the one where Paul's the man or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Joey is fighting with a dry cleaner
Yeah.
because the dry cleaner has taken down his headshot, and he's now in this new show, Mac
Yeah.
and Cheese. So he wants to put the headshot back up, and the dry cleaner watches it. The dry cleaner's a Russian guy, and the dry cleaner watches the show, and he goes, "You made the Russians the bad guy. I won't do it." He goes, "You got Harrison Ford's headshot up there, and he was in Air Force One, and he killed a whole bunch of Russians." And he goes, "I've never seen it." He goes, "Oh, you should. It's great." That guy is one of the henchmen on the. So he's not. He hasn't seen the movie, and he's in it.
Oh, that's great.
That was
a little
the
meta.
same actor. Yeah.
Meta.
Um.
It's cool.
Yeah. So I saw it. I was like, I swear to God. I was telling Carrie. I was like, because we watched way too much Friends, but I was like, I think that's the fucking guy from Friends, and she's like, no, it's not.
I knew that's what you were talking
Yeah,
about.
she
I knew,
looked it
I
up.
knew that's what you were talking about.
She looked it up, and she was
I
like,
knew it.
holy shit, that's him. That's
Wow.
him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
That's cool.
Also, there's 2 times that you hear the same guy go, "Oh Jesus," in like 2 different parts. I couldn't remember what it was.
Was one of them Gary Oldman?
No, it was like somebody in the tower says it, and then somebody another time, like when he's shooting everybody, I think it was, he goes, "Oh Jesus," and it's the same, "Oh Jesus."
Oh really? It's
Yeah.
like they used it as their own Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, so
That's cool.
so box office.
okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
85 million estimated budget. July 27th, 1997. This was a summer release.
Okay.
What do you think opening weekend was?
$35.7 million.
37.1.
Oh,
That's really goddamn close.
That's some fucking shit right there, dude.
All right, domestic gross.
Oh, end of the day, I'm gonna say 93.6 million.
172.9.
Whoa! What? Why did this movie? Were people that bored in the 90s?
I mean, this is the kind of movie that. Yeah, this is everything.
Dude, Harrison Ford is box office fucking gold, dude. Isn't he the highest grossing actor?
No,
his films.
no, that would be actually that's
Oh, Samuel L. Jackson.
actually Stan Lee. 'Cause
No,
he's been in all of
actor.
them. Yeah, because he's technically acted in all of them.
Jesus, come on.
Yeah, but
come on.
Samuel L. Jackson would be right after that because he's also in Star Wars.
I need a bullshit
Cumulative.
button.
So the cumulative worldwide.
Come on, Chaz.
The cumulative worldwide.
Yeah.
What do you think it was?
Oh.
172.9 domestic.
Well, okay. 180.6
So
million.
It made like 8 million.
Yeah.
Is what you're
I'm
saying?
not thinking it was very big.
315 million.
Total?
Yeah.
Including the domestic?
Yeah. So it
Wow.
basically
All
doubled, almost doubled.
I don't get it, man.
All right. Well, you ready for everybody's
get it.
favorite part? Oh wait, no, we got to get the rating first.
Yes, we need the rating.
All right. I feel like I know where this is going.
Out of 10 Cool Jets, I give this I give this movie 2 Cool Jets.
Oh,
As
wow.
in 2 hours of my life I will never get back. So there.
Oh man, get used to it.
I know.
There's a lot of great movies
This one,
that you're gonna hate.
listen, there's plenty of movies that you've suggested that have been great. I've had a great time watching, but I'm sorry, Chaz, this is not one of them. This is, oh, wait a second. I forgot. I almost forgot my chance to debut my new button. 2 out of 10, therefore rating it a guaranteed piece of shit. Made that button. I made that button specifically for stinkers like this. Was inspired.
So I take it that also means it's worst shit.
Yeah, I give it a worse shit. Don't. Just me.
Solid
speaking.
worth it. I give it a solid
Really?
worth it. It's
Okay.
so much fun. It's
All
it's a
right.
little time capsule. I mean, even
Yeah,
you
that
don't
is.
see opening credits that blatantly boring.
Yeah.
It was blue words on a black background with some with that epic score that you hated so much.
Right.
Yeah, this movie. I love this movie. I think it's so much fun. My wife did not care for it.
Right.
All right.
Maybe I'm just more in touch with my feminine side, you know.
Well, let's get into the.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, do it again.
Let's get into the
Reboot. 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 Recast.
too long.
I think it's funky fresh,
It's not.
and you're going to grow to love it.
Hey, at least this way you can't ever say it wrong.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so reboot recast. Let's go president terrorist. I just have it listed as terrorist, the Gary Oldman terrorist,
Yes.
and the VP.
Okay.
All right. So here's
And
here's
then, President
so
Terrace.
you go ahead, and then I'm going to give you my thought
Wait, why?
because I'm going to flip it up a little bit. So who do you? What do you want to do?
For what? Oh, for
yeah,
first?
So, yeah.
Let's do
Well, just give me all of yours.
Gary Oldman first.
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix.
I don't see him doing that.
Really?
Yeah, I
You
just
don't see
don't.
him doing that?
I don't see him doing that at all.
That's
Especially
just my
not
first
now.
stab. That's my first.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Oldman is definitely that caliber and everything, but I just don't see, that.
Okay. Well, then who do you got? Oh, you want me to give you everybody?
Yeah, give me everybody.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stick with Joaquin for
Okay.
Gary Oldman. I think he makes a good foil. Vice President?
Yeah.
Yeah. Halle Berry.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Right? About the same age.
Yeah,
now.
I feel like there's stronger choices, but Halle Berry's
Sure.
good.
Halle Berry's good.
Yeah, and she's not really doing much. So
Oh wait, I'm gonna go back. Well, no.
yeah, what?
No. Oh wait. No, I do have I have someone different for Gary Oldman. Tom
Okay.
Hardy.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That-
going with that. I think
That's
that's
a
better
younger, scarier. Well, I guess he's not really that much younger. That was 23 years ago.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. All right.
And then
So who's your president?
I'm gonna go RDJ.
I thought you would.
Yeah.
That's not a bad choice. Honestly, if we were going straight forward, this is a perfect vehicle for The Rock. And just like up the ante on the action.
That would make it more
up
interesting.
the
I do
ante
agree
on
with
the taking the goofiness seriously.
that. Yeah.
Like they really went hard on
Yeah.
how serious it is,
Okay.
and it was that obnoxious.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be good. However, this movie's just so dated in like we're talking about presidents, we're talking about terrorism. Like I just don't feel like this movie would get made now
Mm-hmm.
unless, hear me out,
Okay.
sequel.
Okay.
Okay, the sequel is also called Air Force One.
Okay.
Comes up on the screen, Air Force One fades, and the O starts to fade and like extend, and it's the female symbol. We catch up 20 something years down the line.
Okay.
The president is now a woman,
Gotcha.
and not just any woman. The president is Alice Marshall, the president's daughter from this movie.
Oh.
She's now been elected president,
Okay.
and now she is picking up in her father's footsteps
Okay.
to
Like she
make
wanted
things
to.
right. Yeah.
Or like she was so interested in.
Yeah. She was into it, so like it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Okay.
So she's into it. She's.
So is it played by the same actress?
No,
Okay.
Scarlett Johansson.
Okay. Who talks like?
Get off my plane.
There you go.
Excuse me.
You
Get
wanted
off
to
my
do this
plane.
episode just to do that. Fucker.
You be afraid. It's your turn.
But I do like that casting. I'd watch it.
Okay, well then who's the vice? And who's
The vice
bad
president. The vice president, 100% The Rock at that point.
Oh,
Like you got
okay.
the bigger, like it's a woman president, but then you have like this like big guy, but he is very subdued. I want to see him cry.
Yeah.
Like in fact, in this movie, one of the things that Glenn Close in the script, she was supposed to cry at one point, like break down, and she was like, "Fuck that, I'm not doing it."
Yeah.
Like that's not how this is going to be. I'm a female,
Right.
vice president. I make the tough decision. All that.
Oh, is
kind
it
of
going to be
stuff.
that moment where she covers her mouth instead?
I don't know. Well, there, she did want to do that one thing where she did like have a tear because like she heard a man that she knows get shot.
Right.
The execution thing, like that's pretty rough.
That's where
but
she
that
did
wasn't
that.
like breaking down and crying.
Oh,
Which is what
right,
they
right.
wanted. I want to see The Rock like loses shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I want to see him like this big strong man who
Yeah.
like if he was on Air Force One, you'd expect him to be the guy who's going to save the day.
Right.
But he's not only not on Air Force One, he's very bureaucratic and nerdy and like can't keep his shit together.
Uh-huh.
They have to keep propping him up, you know.
Yeah,
So I think that would be funny.
I'm done with
And
that.
Scarlett Johansson. And then
Done
the
with that.
terrorist, I don't know what we should do with the terrorist, but I feel like it could be somebody that's like related to Gary Oldman's character, maybe, or maybe it's something totally different or whatever. But I don't know. Do we make it a woman or do we keep it a guy? You know?
I thought you had all these people already. What are you asking me
No,
for?
I just had those two
Oh,
because, like, you know, what do we want to do with
a
that?
woman would be an interesting take.
Yeah.
But
then I feel like that's also playing into the trope of like flipping it because then it's like,
Right.
oh, well, we can't have a
it's
woman
too
fight
much
a man.
flipping it.
Well, yeah, and then it's also like you can't have a woman fighting a man because the woman would never win. It would be good to see a woman beat up a
Right,
man,
right.
you know, or outsmart the man, or
Exactly.
do whatever, you know,
be
like,
more interesting.
yeah, and get him off her plane.
So we can keep it a man.
Yeah.
But I like Tom Hardy in that spot.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Even in that.
You know,
Even
or,
in your version.
Yeah, and there's a lot that goes into it trying to decide like who the terrorists are. I mean, do we keep them Russian? Do we make them not Russian? Like, you know, there's a lot of
For
following
nowadays.
lines. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Because it would be a
You gotta-
sequel.
yeah, you got to walk some lines.
And then, but here, here's the only,
maybe
catch.
the terrorists are
Here-
like,
but here's my only demand about this sequel is that whenever whoever the terrorists are, whenever the hijacking begins and happens and the president realizes it, there has to be a moment where it's a close-up of her and she rolls her eyes and gives it a here we go again.
or just
There has to be
not again.
there has to be that moment. That moment in there. No, it has to be here we go again.
Here we go again.
There has to be that moment in there. Otherwise, fuck your entire recast. Okay? So that's that's my contribution to your
and
sequel.
her big line is, "Get off my plane." Period.
Why period?
Because girls have them.
Okay.
Girls have periods.
Oh boy.
It's a
there we
thing,
go.
Bryce. Girls
There we
have
go.
periods.
Yes, it is a thing. There we go. This guy. Okay. Here we go. This guy.
That's a classic moment. That's what that is.
That's
Classic moment, dude.
actually the classic moment is when he says "Get off my plane."
Yeah.
So I forgot to hit that button for when we talked about it.
Well, you'll get better at it, or you'll totally forget, and we'll never do it again.
Probably one of those is likely.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for this week's episode.
I believe so.
Yeah. What plugs do you have, Bryce? Same as always.
Oh yeah. Stream us everywhere you get pods. Stream us on the YouTubes. Jody C. Buddy in the World streaming on iTunes and Spotify, and we're everywhere. And you can even buy physical copies of our records at our officialheadrecords.com. And then the obvious of everyone stay safe. I'm assuming we'll still be kind of locked down when this comes out, so just everyone stay safe.
Unlike
safe.
the episode that we released this week, where we specifically said it's all a hoax, and we will know it's all a hoax.
Yeah.
That was a joke. It's parody,
Right.
people.
Right.
Satire, I
That
should say,
he
not
said.
parody.
That
I didn't say
he
it. You
said.
did it. You said it.
He said it was a hoax. So don't forget that. And then but it was parody though. Anyway,
I think it's
whatever.
satire.
It was satire. Anyway, I was making fun of the people that refuse to wear their masks. Don't be that guy and stay safe. Be patient. It will all be over soon. Time is but an illusion. And before you know it, these days will have passed us by.
And as always, find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at The Movie Gap. Look us up on YouTube. Our videos are on there. Check them out. Leave us some comments. Subscribe. Let us know your reboot recast ideas. I really want to hear them. That we can start talking about them. The more we get some in. So,
That's right.
let's get a conversation going. You know.
whatever you comment on our video or our Instagram, whatever, we will read it out loud. So
Yeah,
you have a chance to be
probably
famous on the next episode that we do.
unless it's like just some
So-
like hateful racist
No,
shit.
Oh yeah, no,
like, no, we're not doing that.
We're not going to do
We're
that.
not doing that.
Yeah, for not every
Yeah,
comment.
within reason.
I forgot there's assholes out there.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So
Hey, we will read pretty much anything you say about us.
that's
pretty
true.
sure.
Yeah, if you say
Yeah.
talk some shit about us, we
Yeah.
will laugh and read and cry. We'll read it and probably cry.
Well, I won't cry because I'll know you're jealous.
I will cry because it hurts my fucking feelings, dude.
All right. Well, on that note, nom in
in space.